This is a small piece of information that most of you have probably never heard in your whole lives. It is indisputable that Wall Street manipulates everything, whether it be in the cryptocurrency, stock, real estate, or other sectors. Yes, it is a huge surprise. We're going to reveal a little bit of what's happening behind the scenes today because, as you may know, there are some individuals who I believe have very evil plans to control the supply of various cryptocurrencies and monopolize their use. For this reason, I think we should at least pay attention to this, but at the very least, I think we should take action. But I'm getting off topic. First, you guys need to understand how this manipulation is taking place. The role that BlackRock is playing in this, as well as the significant role that other elites are playing in what is happening here, I'd want to start by showing you a bit from a recent video he made on the Altcoin Daily YouTube channel, in which he spoke with someone who had attended an event and, well, some intriguing stuff. My friends, pay attention to this. The guests are even more remarkable than the facility itself. This guy was actually claiming that he is working with the United States government to actually pave the road to acquire a Bitcoin United Reserve. So I checked this guy based on the inside knowledge I got here about, say, the US Bitcoin Reserve. And since the United States is sitting on the printing machine, that would make them the largest possible customer in history. Do you believe it will occur? I simply mentioned it, so I know it will happen. However, how do they know it will occur? He collaborates with Donald Trump, after all. Guys, holy shit. It's not happening, buddy, someone says. They're reacting. Everyone receives Bitcoin at their rightful price. No having. Skepticism is healthy. Indeed, it is some pretty strange stuff. In essence, it was a huge Michael Saylor gathering. It's Michael Saylor, of course. Although there are many other people present who are interested in cryptocurrencies, the most of the conversation will be about Bitcoin. It goes without saying that those who discuss cryptocurrency extensively outside of Bitcoin are also present at this event. Therefore, several significant things are taking place behind the scenes. Given that Bitcoin is a strategic reserve asset in the US, it seems nearly inevitable that the US federal government will use it going forward. That's ridiculous. And that is really crazy. Yes, and when you take that into consideration, it's fairly clear to me at least that there are some more significant movements taking place behind the scenes, especially in light of what I'm going to show you with BlackRock in a moment. However, there's another item that bolsters my argument, and that's Brad Garlinghouse's most recent announcement, which is currently trending on Twitter. Naturally, as soon as Brad Garlinghouse tweeted this out yesterday, I shared it with you all. As you can see, everyone is currently discussing it. The world's most pro-crypto conference. There is no denying that. Having said that, there are also some really exciting developments pertaining to XRP in particular. It is evident that Ripple collaborates with the CP instant credit transfer system, which processes $2.6 trillion per day. Furthermore, it is certain that the demand for XRP in particular will only increase in 2025. Europe will likely rank among the biggest markets for both XRP and RLUSD, you know. Furthermore, I believe that Japan and South Korea will also have a significant impact on the development of the XRP ecosystem in the future. Therefore, these kinds of collaborations like SEPA, the instant credit transfer system, are what we truly need to focus on. Of course, there are also significant agreements taking place in China at the moment. On top of all of this, however, we can observe that there are significant waves occurring on the fraud side of things. All right. I'm sure you've all heard about FTX, the massive US exchange, and its creator, who was imprisoned for mishandling people's money and deceiving the public, among other terrible things. They will shortly be returning $16 billion to its creditors, and all of that money will go straight back into the cryptocurrency market. When you consider that XRP is forming these significant alliances and accessing a multi-trillion-dollar market, as this document here highlights, the FTX creditor problem is bringing in billions of dollars. You are aware of all the significant events that are taking place in the government. At least to me, it's becoming increasingly obvious that this year is really unique for a variety of reasons. However, I have made several references to one issue in this video that we should certainly be aware of, because it will have an impact on the entire cryptocurrency market. And the CEO of BlackRock, Larry Fink, is the one doing this, as he isn't only purchasing Bitcoin for the sake of doing so. The Bitcoin ETF, after all, provides BlackRock with the means to obtain a dominant portion of the Bitcoin supply. And given that BlackRock CEO Larry Fink has monopolized a number of industries and controls a majority share in all of the leading technological firms and banks, this should be a cause for alarm. Given that he is in charge of trillions of dollars worth of assets, This man is perhaps among the most powerful individuals on the earth. Additionally, he is currently attempting to control the Bitcoin market. I would like to draw attention to a post from Wolf Financial that I recently came across on X. It appears that BlackRock may be attempting to fork Bitcoin, he claims. You don't trust me? Their SEC records, however, indicate that I'm correct. You should read this if you own Bitcoin. In fact, if you own any cryptocurrency. You should read this as well because BlackRock's decision to fork Bitcoin and effectively take control of the chain will have a significant impact on the whole cryptocurrency market. A leading indication for the majority of the market is Bitcoin. Yes, if we don't behave appropriately, this will have profound effects on everything. Imagine this, then. BlackRock's ETF continues to grow in popularity. A small but vocal minority on Twitter rejects the POS fork, but BlackRock and governments continue to use their new fork as Bitcoin. After a few months, the vocal minority's counsel is ignored. This basically means that BlackRock could build a separate blockchain with a different set of regulations if they were to fork Bitcoin. What does this mean now? In theory, this implies that they could create Bitcoin to accomplish anything they desired. They might therefore mint fresh Bitcoin coins. As a result, they might introduce technologies that work for them at the expense of individual investors. All of these are examples of what they are capable of. Why is this a problem then? I want to read something right now that is, I don't know, pretty, but at the very least worrisome. All right, this is a screen grab from the iShares Bitcoin Trust's SEC filing prospectus. It states that the sponsor will exercise his judgment in deciding which network is suitable. The sponsor's selection of the digital asset that turns out to be the most valuable fork is not assured. To put it another way, their documentation does state that their Bitcoin ETF is applicable to a Bitcoin fork. Considering that no one was actually discussing this topic prior to BlackRock's arrival, this is a little odd. Although a very tiny percentage of Bitcoin users, less than 0.1 may have previously brought up this idea as a means of creating a better blockchain. Nobody was really taking it seriously because it contradicts the core principles of decentralization, which is what Bitcoin is all about. And although I wish it were, the screenshot is real. Although what they're stating here may appear to be very harmless at first glance, there are a few issues. First off, the sponsor will decide which version of Bitcoin BlackRock supports in the case of a hard fork. To me, that sounds like vague legalese. Tyranny has wiggle room when there are no explicit standards before each fork. Second, their application contains a very dubious sentence. BlackRock operates as a for-profit business. Making money for their clients is their fiduciary duty. Why would they ever decide to use a fork that is less valuable? Their ETF would make less money as a result. The solution is straightforward. They are aware that an environmentally friendly fork would be rejected by the larger community. The price of their forked Bitcoin would be less than that of the original. Might they be getting ready for that fact? This is something for which I do believe we should be ready. Because it would give BlackRock too much power over the Bitcoin supply, we cannot grant them a majority stake. Additionally, they might try to begin corrupting, even the Bitcoin project's developers, providing them with funding to carry out actions that are not optimal for the typical Bitcoin user. Therefore, in my opinion, that is something that needs to be considered and on which we should all agree. Because even if BlackRock were to do this to Bitcoin, it wouldn't stop there. The biggest cryptocurrency is the one. They may do this to any other cryptocurrency, including XLM, HBAR, and others. They can also do it to that. Therefore, I firmly believe that we should not permit that to occur. However, I would like to hear what you guys think in the comments section below. How do you feel about